These are about 8-pound pork butts. I've got 4 of them going on the grill today. And I'll try to take them and make a little slit there on top. Pull these pork butts out and then drop that, whatever that's called, in there. I'm not sure what it's called. I know it's not blood because I've been corrected. Everybody's a critic. So I'll bring them out of the bag. Take a paper towel. Get them kind of dried off. And I'm doing pulled pork with this later. So all I do is just score the top of this meat. There's one. That one didn't have a whole lot of juice in it. Juice. We'll just call it juice. Hemoglobin. Nope, that ain't right either. I'm not sure what it's called. Okay. I don't do hardly any trimming on this. I'll just score this where that seasoning will get down in there. And at this point, all I gotta do is take it over here, start on the bottom, and see how I'm not touching anything inside my little pan. I'll give it a little once over on the top. And just roll it around in that pan. Grab this around in the corners. Whatever sticks on there is exactly what's supposed to stick on there. I don't use a binder. This meat, I took it out of the refrigerator this morning, and it's kind of wet. I mean, I dried it off, but it's still damp enough to hold. See, that's perfectly covered. And perfectly mixed. So there's one. See how I'm able to use both of my hands now. And I try to keep track of this seasoning in here where I'm using it each time. And that way I don't end up throwing a bunch away when I get to the end. Getting down in all those little cuts. See, if I stopped right now, I wouldn't have just that much. And I will have this down in to start with on the next one. Try to stay on top of your mess. Paper towels are my friend. Not hardly any juice. We'll go ahead and cut this other one open while I'm cutting. Now this is full of juice. When you cut it, you can kind of pull it up and it'll just run to the bottom then. That's what I'm trying to do, is get all that down in the bottom and then pull this out. And see, all went there and not here. Now if you got stuff like this hanging off, yeah, you want to go ahead and pull that off, but I do very little trimming on these pork butts. And whatever's left on there after 10 hours of cooking is definitely gonna die. You take more chances washing this stuff off than you do not washing it off. This one didn't have a very good fat cap on it, did it? Go ahead and score this one before I get my hands all back in the seasonings. Okay. Let's move this one over here. That's heavy. And then let's move this pan right here. We'll take the seasoning that we started with. See, at this point I have no wasted seasoning. And here I go with my little spoon. No contamination to my little pot there. Put as much on there as you want. It's only going to hold as much as it'll hold. Just don't put more on there than what you can use with your next piece of meat. The more you have in there, the better it sticks, but you don't want to just waste all that seasoning. There you go. And now I've got that much seasoning that I'll start on my ribs with. I'll just put a piece of foil over the top of that pan, stick it back in the refrigerator, and there's no contamination there. And then I'm going to cook these on the bottom rack of that Rectech. And for the ease of use, you can see how much stuff I wasted there. Boom. And then you just stick it in here. Rinse it out.